Hi guys, now you are seeing my website, and these are all my projects, and my new and very super project is this one, super calculator. And now let's see how this one works and tell me that whether this is useful or not. So by clicking on this, so I will get calculator. So it is responsive and it will be look good in all size of screens. So now let's see how this one works. This one will work as a normal calculator, but there are some options like into to minimize this one, and we have some other symbols also and question mark. Now let's see what they mean. So this works as normal calculator, but what's this one specialty? Here are two symbols. This one represents for max and this one represents for physics. So here are some max functions. So now let's see how this one works. Square root. If input value is x, output value is square root of x. Means if we write 8 and by clicking on this we will get square root of 8. If you write 64 and by clicking on this you will get square root of 64. So now x square is also same, we will get x square and we will get x cube. And here is some interesting thing, x power y. If the input value is x and y, output value is x power y. Means if I write x and 2 and by clicking on this button we will write x square, 5 square. But if we write 8 and 1 by 3, by clicking on this button we will get 8 power 1 by 3, means cube root of 8, 2. Yes, another thing I will check. Yes, it works. So now let's see another option, n factorial. This is also common in all calculators. By clicking 5 and this button we will get 5 factorial. Okay, now 1 by x is also common. Log x and ln x are common. Here sin x, cos x, we have some specialty. So now let's see. If we write angle and by clicking this button we will get sin 90, but in extra we are getting a link here. Click here for advanced trigonometry formulas. So I am clicking here. So by clicking here we will go to the other page which will be opened in Google Drive. So here is a PDF which is written by me only. So here you can visit all the formulas of trigonometry. I have covered a maximum number of formulas. So now let's see another thing. Cos x and tan x also works in the same way. Okay, now let's see cos or tan, anything. Okay, now let's see tan. Okay, here also advanced formulas for trigonometry. Inverse trigonometry also works. If we write 1 and tan inverse 45. And here is a new link for inverse trigonometry functions, graphs of functions and compound formulas and so many. So now let's see what's more special. Yeah, NPR and NCR also common, but we should write as N and R. If 5 and 3, if we click on NCR we will get 10. Okay, now let's see some other things. Yeah, here comes the interesting thing, circle. So if we write the radius of circle as input and by clicking on this button we will get the circumference and area and some advanced formulas. Mainly these formulas are useful for JEE preparations. Means these are formulas are more used in the writing exams of JEE. And we will see the another term. So here are factors. If we write any number big, I will write the big number. And if we click on this button it will display the all the factors of that number, and it will give the what's that number, how many factors in there. And here is another thing, quadratic equation solver. Means if I have a quadratic equation with symbol 1 and 2 and 1, if I click on this, it will solve the equation by taking A as 1, B as 2 and C as 1. So it will solve and give me the answer, x1 equals to x2 equals to and discriminant. So now let's see the another thing. Here is a1 plus b1 by solving two linear equations. If I have a1 plus b1 plus c1 as 2 and a2 and b2 and c2 as 5, and by clicking on this you will get the answer. Means we are not get once wait. If we have a1 and a2 and a3 and b1 b2 b3, if we have like this, so here solution for x plus y equals to 2 and x minus y equals to 0 is x equals to and y equals to. It is also written in the fractions form. So now let's see another thing, 2-point form. So here you should write x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. By clicking on this button, you will get the distance between points and the slope of them, slope of line joining points, and some advanced line formulas. Here advanced line formulas are also there. So now let's see another thing. So here is image and foot. You should write x1 and y1 and coefficients of the line equation, ax plus by plus c equals to 0 coefficients. So the output is the foot of perpendicular and image of point and the perpendicular distance. So the next one is hypotenuse. So now let's see how this one works. By writing the sides of triangle, leaving the unknown value as question mark, and by clicking on this one, it will fill that question mark. So here one side I wrote 3, another side 4, and the unknown value it is giving as 5. So now let's check another thing, 3 and question mark and 5. So this time the unknown value is middle one. So by clicking on this, same thing happened. So another 12 and 5 and question mark. Output will be hypotenuse 13. So another thing which is lastly present in max is triangle. So if we write the three sides of triangle and click on this button, you will get the three sides and angles, area, perimeter, in radius, circumradius, medians, and a link for the advanced formulas. There is a 8-page document, means so many formulas are there, advanced formulas. You can also go through them. And now let's check about the physics formulas. In physics we have projectile, kinetic energy, potential energy. Now let's see how this works. For using projectile, you should write input as this format, theta and velocity. So I have theta as 90 degrees and velocity as 12 meter per second. So now let's see what's the output will be. So the output will be calculated by giving the values that we entered, theta, velocity, and it's giving the output in two different ways, by taking gravitational constant g as 9.81 and taking g as 10. If we take g as 9.81, it is giving time of flight, range, and maximum height in g of 10 also. So now let's see the another second formula, kinetic energy. The format is m and u and k. So I know the mass, I know the velocity, I don't know the kinetic energy. So I have written question mark. So by clicking on this, you will get kinetic energy, mass and velocity. So this time I don't know the mass, I know the kinetic energy. By clicking on this, yeah, the unknown value will be given. So the same way potential energy also work, in the same way time period also work. By clicking on length of pendulum, you will get the time period. By writing time period, you will get length of pendulum. So here is temperature converter. So now let's see how this one works. By writing the value of temperature and mark, if your temperature is in Celsius, you should write 1 and mark. If the temperature you have written is in centigrade, you should write 2. If it is in Kelvin, 3. So in my thing the temperature is 40 Kelvin. So I am write 3 question marks, and by pressing temperature converter you will get another thing, 40 Celsius 104 Kelvin. So here is resistors. Now let's see how this one works. If you have 5 resistors in series, 5 and 6 and 3 plus 3 and 5 into 2 and 9, any number of resistors, but you should write and mark in middle. So by clicking on this button, you will get the effective resistors if these are connected in series, or effective resistance if these are connected in parallel. This done. Please use this website. I think this is useful. Please tell me that whether this is useful or not. But please use this website at least once. The link to this website will be given in the description if you are seeing in YouTube, or it will be in my bio if you are seeing in Instagram. Thank you.